Welcome to my video where I'm going to show you how I make these cute little keychains. All of the keychains I'm showing at present are all ones that I have made in the past, and the one I will be making in this video you will see at the very end. Lucky you! But before I get into all of the juicy details of how I make these, I need to get into the art supplies. First off is my pink pencil. You can use a normal pencil, but I personally think pink pencil is just 10 times more cuter and more fun to use. Then there is the shrink-eating paper. You can buy these in larger sizes. I just accidentally bought the tiny ones. And now we have my acrylic paint markers, which I also got on Amazon. I highly recommend these. They're really high quality, they're not too expensive, and they're just overall really nice markers. You can also use colored pencils. In this video I do not, but you can use them. They're very helpful. These are specifically, I believe, the Amazon colored pencils. These are just pens I like using. You don't need these exact ones. Now the next thing I'm going to be showing you is very important, UV resin. If you want these to be nice and shiny, you can't make them without UV resin. Now the next thing I'm going to be showing you is a lighter, very handy for getting rid of bubbles. And the next thing that is also extremely important if you're using UV resin is a UV light. You cannot use a UV resin if you don't have a UV light. The other thing I'm going to show you is glitters. These are all like special nail glitters, so they're tiny in like small shapes. You can also use chunky glitters like these, for example. Then you're also going to need a punch holder and a pair of scissors. But if you're actually wanting to make these into keychains, here are some examples of metal things you might need, like loops and crab claws and other such things. Last but certainly not least are the pliers. Okay, so I am currently going to be opening up my sketchbook because I find it easier to sketch my drawing onto the shrink-eating paper when I have it over something white because it's not opaque paper. Sorry for the blurriness. It's for some reason my camera just doesn't want to focus sometimes, especially when I'm first off like recording something, so it tends to not work, so apologies for the blurriness at times. I am gonna probably be quiet for most of this part because, well, I don't really need to explain what I'm doing. You can see it, so yeah, I'm definitely gonna be quiet for most of this part, but I am gonna say real quick that if you take longer sketching than I do, and if it's not as smoothly, that's fine. I was using a reference for this because I was being lazy and I didn't want to like make up my whole drawing on the spot while I am recording, so yeah. Okay, so I'm going to quickly jump back in here and explain quick part I'm about to do, which is I'm going to be lightly erasing the sketch because I find it easier to color when the sketch isn't like overwhelming and crazy. And then the next part that I do is I start coloring. So I like to think about it as like section by section. So you start with one part and then you move on to the next. So like, for example, I'm starting with the skin. I like to start with the skin. Don't know why, don't ask me. I like using acrylic paint markers over colored pencils because they're opaque and colored pencils are simply not. When you're trying to do like a large base, colored pencils just don't really do what I want, which is for it to be opaque and not see-through. And I think colored pencils can be great for like things like line art and other things. I've done that. I find them very nice as well when you're using them for texture. So sometimes I like using it for like the blush of the cheeks. I think that's really cute. I just don't like using them as like a flat base. Of course, if you're wanting to do that and you're wanting them to be, see-through and kind of textured, go for it. It's your project, your creation. Just for me personally and what I'm trying to achieve, no, not the kind of stuff I want. So if you're wanting it to look similar to mine, I highly recommend acrylic paint markers. They're fantastic. They can be a bit pricey, but I personally think they are worth your buck, essentially. Okay, so now I'm starting the line art. Line art is so simple to understand, so I'm not going to explain it, but I am going to explain something that's going to pop up in a few minutes, and that is you should erase the pencil around your drawing for multiple reasons. One, because you can see the pencil around it even once it's shrunk down, and I personally don't really like that. And two, if you try to erase it after you add the liner, at least for the pens I use, it smudges. So I definitely recommend erasing it before you start line art. Okay, so here is the finished piece, at least so far. The next part you're going to want to do is punch in a hole where you want it to be, at least if you're wanting it to actually be a keychain, very important step. Then you're going to want to cut it all out. Okay, the next part you're going to need to do, which is very important, is put it in the oven. I know, super complicated. You're going to want to set your oven to 320 Fahrenheit for 2 minutes. It doesn't matter if you're going to do a whole batch. 2 minutes will make it nice and tiny for you. When the timer is done, you're going to need to pull it out and flatten it very quickly, because I have found if you don't, then it will be kind of lumpy bumpy, and personally, I don't want that in a keychain. Okay, so this next part, I am coloring in the back with my acrylic paint pens, so it's not just like an ugly reverse version of my drawing. Next, all you need to do is pour some resin on top of your keychain. Very simple, very easy. You're just going to spread it out. You're going to need a tool for that. You can use a chopstick. You can use a toothpick or something else. Just be in mind that it will be covered in resin after you use it. Next thing you can do is add glitter. You can add glitter, you can not add glitter. It's totally up to you. Okay, when you do the lighter, probably don't do it underneath paper towels. I don't know why I did that. I never do that. It's the first time I've ever done this with paper towels. It was a stupid thing to do. Do not do that. I don't know why I did it. I genuinely don't know why I did it. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why. I should say, if you don't know why I used a lighter, it gets rid of the bubbles. I only like using it for the top where the picture actually is. As for how many layers I add, 2 is probably enough. That's usually how much I do. I don't feel like it's necessary to do more than 2, but go wild. And yeah, so this is the finished result. I think it turned out pretty darn cute, if I do say so myself. But let me know what you think. If you have any questions, just ask me and we'll happily answer. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to watch more, if you have any suggestions, please tell me. And bye-bye! See you next time!